Let's be honest, this isn't exactly a great time to be looking for a new job. Since COVID, startups have laid off nearly 200,000 employees. And that's not even counting the big players. Twitter and Salesforce have laid off hundreds of employees. Facebook is laying off 11,000 people. And education companies like Byju's and Unacademy just fired nearly 3,000 people. Yikes. Okay, I don't want to sound like a downer, but you get the idea. It's scary out there. And if you're watching this video, you're probably in one of two camps. Either you're worried you might get laid off by your company soon, or you already did and you want to get back into the job market. That's exactly why I made this video, to help you out no matter what your layoff situation is. I'll be answering two very important questions. What you can do right now to avoid getting laid off, and how you can bounce back from a layoff quickly. This video is brought to you by AppSecEngineer, an all-in-one training platform for application security. Learn hands-on security for AWS, Kubernetes, DevSecOps, and more. Okay, I'll get right into it by answering that first question. What can you do right now to avoid getting laid off? Let's start with some basic tips. First of all, it really helps to be likable. Nobody enjoys working with someone who's always complaining, is uncooperative, or is hostile to other team members. Even if your skills are really top tier, employers won't really want to have you around if you're always disrupting the workplace. Obviously, this doesn't mean you should put up with bad treatment or not stand up for yourself, but generally speaking, avoid gossip, be nice to people, and they'll be nice to you too. My next point is something a lot of people hate doing, but one of the best things you can do for your career is networking. Build a friendly relationship with your colleagues, talk to your higher ups, offer them help when they need it, and be proactive about meeting people. You don't need to go overboard and give people gifts or whatever, but do stuff for people without expecting something in return. And make yourself known to key players at work. They're the ones who make the decision, right? Now to my third point. When everyone else is quiet quitting, do the opposite. That means really getting out there, volunteering for assignments no one else wants, and getting into mission critical projects at work. Yes, this might result in a temporary increase in your workload, but that sure as hell sounds better than getting laid off, right? As long as it's reasonable for you, take on bigger responsibilities at work and exceed expectations. My fourth and last point is this. Develop a skill that complements your role at work. Let's say you're a developer. It's not enough to just know how to code. If you learn how to do secure coding, that's a skill that can directly increase your value as a developer. Companies don't want to let go of workers who bring unique skills to the team. So identify what skill will do that for you and train for it. By the way, AppSecEngineer has hands-on playgrounds where developers can learn secure coding in 6 languages. Link in the description. Okay, on to the next question. What can you do to bounce back quickly from a layoff? It might seem impossible to get hired in an economy like this, but that's really not true. Yes, it's harder, but you can still take certain steps that will absolutely make you more hireable for your next job. The first thing you should do is learn something new and start talking about it on social media, a blog, or YouTube. Let's say you're a security professional. Make it your goal to stay on top of current events, learn about the latest exploits of security techniques, and create a social post or a video explaining what you learned. Of course, this tip can be applied to pretty much any profession. Doing this achieves two very important things. It forces you to learn something new on an almost daily basis, which is obviously a very good thing. But having all that knowledge is pointless if your employer can't see it. Putting up this sort of technical deep dive content online gives your employer proof that you're not full of crap. The second step you should take is networking with the right people in your industry. Follow experts and professionals who are active on social media like LinkedIn or Twitter, and regularly engage with their posts by commenting or sharing them. Maybe even drop them a message telling them specifically how their content helped you out. This is a better strategy to start a conversation than just simply asking them, hey, can you help me out? After all, you're not entitled to their time. By showing a genuine interest in their ideas, you can get a conversation started and build that relationship over time. Remember, networking does not happen overnight. Another good networking tip is to stay in touch with old work friends or colleagues. You can help each other by exchanging information, and if you're ever applying for a job at a company your friend works at, they can drop in a recommendation for you. Any hiring manager will prioritize someone who's known over a complete stranger. And of course, you should return that favor whenever you can. Next up, get involved with communities and events in your domain of interest. That could include competitions, conferences, speaking events, and expositions. These are a great way for you to meet new people, find out what's hot in the industry, and maybe even get some valuable experience. Hackathons and capture the flag competitions are a great way to get started in security. My final point is also my most important one. Learn new skills. I cannot stress this enough. The only difference between you and someone else looking for the same job is skills. The more relevant skills you have, the more likely you are to get hired. Not to mention, you can grow your career much faster when you have a wide range of competencies. If you're, say, a DevOps engineer, you should be looking into skills like security automation, DevSecOps, and threat modeling. These aren't just highly sought after skills in tech, they greatly enhance your effectiveness in DevOps as a whole. AppSecEngineer offers courses in all of these areas and uses over 700 hands-on labs to reinforce every lesson. Take a tour in just 2 minutes with the link in the description. Anyway, we're at the end of this video, and I really hope you learned something that can help you either avoid getting laid off or help you get a new job like this. If you want to upskill and make yourself super easy to hire, I recommend trying out the revolutionary hands-on labs on AppSecEngineer. We even have challenges where you get to solve real-world security issues in a CTF-style exercise. For one subscription, you get the whole package and then some. It's a tough economy out there, and I wish you all the very best in landing that dream job you've always wanted. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.